Hello, and welcome to the Sunday meditation at the Light Institute of Galisteo. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we divide this meditation into 3 parts. In the first part, we ask our divine higher self, it's the intuitive essence of your soul, to take a form for you. It can be any kind of form, a light, a star, a horizon, a being, a tree, an animal, it makes no difference, an equation. It's just connecting to your source. And then we ask it to touch our bodies where we hold our divine essence and we draw it into our body so that when we sit in meditation, we are sitting as our true selves. And then I'll make a little Om sound so that you can push the button on your apparatus and meditate in that first part for as long as you like. In the second part, we practice what we call the art of radiance, reaching up into the cosmos and pulling down a pure beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, down into your solar plexus. This is the center of your emotional body. And as you exhale, lasering that light out across the planet and back into the cosmos. So it's breathing in, drawing the light down into your stomach, exhale, across the planet and back up into the cosmos. And that's all you do for that second session. It will take you into a beautiful state of meditation. It will release your thoughts and let you really expand in a space, a wider space of consciousness. And then in the third part, each week, we find a theme that needs to be touched. Ourselves, now in a meditative state, we want to send out that energy across the planet. So this week, where we're going to send the energy is to all of the people, innocent people around the world that are suffering at the hands of authorities, that have lost their freedom, have lost their voices, that need support and a sense that they're not alone, they're not lost. So we will send them light. If you're ready, we'll begin with our breath and start our meditation. And the way we do that, again, is breathing in, holding at the top, and exhaling through the mouth. Ready? Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Hold. Now exhale slowly through your mouth. And once again, breathe in through your nose. Hold. And exhale through your mouth. Ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, to take a form for you. Again, a light, a being, a tree, an animal, an equation, whatever form comes first. Higher self, show me a form. And now, ask your higher self to touch the place in your body where you are holding your divine essence at this moment. You can touch anywhere in your body. So feel the touch. You might hear the touch or see it or feel it. The touch of your higher self activating where you are holding your divine source. And now breathe in to that point in your body and breathe in and out, creating an opening there. And then draw your higher self in through that point. Feel your higher self entering your body and sit in meditation. Om. Imagine that you are reaching up with your consciousness into the cosmos and magnifying to you a beautiful beam of pure white light, down through the top of your head, down into your stomach, your solar plexus. And as you exhale, laser that white light out to illuminate our planet, back up into the cosmos, breathing in, drawing the light down through you, exhaling the light across the planet and back into the cosmos. And just continue to do that, taking you into the deepest and highest energies. Oh. Imagine all of the people, innocent people around the world who have been in jail, who have been tortured, who have been separated from their families, who have been taken away, lost their freedom because of authorities, because of something that truly doesn't belong to them. Gather them into your mind's eye, either from around you or from around the world. Just gather all of them in your mind's eye. And now, ask them what frequency of light, what color they need from you to be able to become free again, to be released, to find their freedom and their voice and their own lives. That's how synergy takes place, and suddenly they are not in captivity, they are not hurt. Whatever color comes to you, first color they show you. Reach up into the cosmos as we did before and draw in exactly that color of light, down through the top of your head into your solar plexus, and as a conduit, laser that light out to them and let it continue to flow from the cosmos through you and into them, into all and each. And as that light continues to flow into them, feel as if somehow there's a lifting, there's a shifting, and they are released from that impingement of who they are and how they live. Oh. Take a deep breath into your body and open your eyes. Thank you for joining us and giving your highest energy to this, your highest consciousness. We actually have a second part to our meditation. It's called Knowings. And from around the world, each month, people send us questions that they would like for us to focus on a particular theme, sort of polish it and bring a kind of elevated enlightenment to it. And so Allison will tell us the questions that have come this week. Allison?
The first question is, how long does it take to clear possessions that enter one's auric field after doing mind-altering substances, like alcohol or something stronger?
We always think of things in time, don't we? And we're always hoping that if we do something that we know takes us out of ourself, which is sometimes the reason we want to do that, that we can shift that anytime we want. We can get out of our bodies and we can get back in without having anything happen. But I think it's important first to talk a minute about what is a possession. Because, and here it is, and it's very important, we all have possessions. They could be a particle word or a particle energy or a full-blown kind of entity that is running your life. One of the ways that we know that there's a possessive energy, there's a kind of sticky sweetness that is saying, do this, or yes to that, make it easy. And so there is that level of consciousness that we can access. But what happens is, even if you're having a little alcohol, it takes you into the astral dimension, which is in simultaneous space with us. It's just a veil that separates us. All animals, all of nature is in the astral dimension. But the thing about it is, and there are many levels, there are everything from the darkest negativity all the way to what we call heaven. Those are all astral stratification of energetics. When we take something that alters our brain, we cannot take our ego with us into whatever experience we're having, or whatever sense of self, or whatever trip, whatever it is that's going on. We cannot take our ego, which says, I am who I am, so that you have that stabilized energy. When we enter into the astral, whatever level we enter into, which would be different each time you do it, there's a streaming of energetics, of untold other consciousness that is moving in there. So if you have, for example, an energy of fear or hatred or something, you're going to enter into a level, because you don't have your ego protecting you or balancing that. In comes this stream of that same energy, and it picks you up, and that's a possessive energy, and you go with that. So do you get rid of that? Sometimes never. And again, some of us are carrying astral energies from other incarnations with us. And that's why we get a lot of confusion about what is true, or who we are, or how we want to live. So the most important thing is to be able to feel that you can come back to a place of centeredness. Not being afraid of astral energy or possessive energy, but knowing that it is true, it does exist, and that we carry it, and we don't want to. So we're going to do a little exercise in consciousness right now to see where you are carrying some. Certain kinds are carried in different places. For example, marijuana is usually carried right in the small intestine, right below the belly button. But you can see it in the eyes, and actually there's a little dark line at 12 o'clock. And it's interesting that people who are using those kind of drugs get that, and but also so do psychics. So it has to do with a line that is talking about being in another dimension. And they say that line, if you're smoking, can last up to 17 years. And so where do I get to say I am myself, and I don't need to be there, I can be here and find the magic? That's where we want to be, and that's why we connect with our source, the higher self. So here we go. We're going to just look at our bodies and just let your body, which never lies, tell you where you're holding some residue of that, and then we're going to just release it. Close your eyes. And now ask your body, where am I holding the energy of any possessive energy coming from substances, mind-altering substances? And just let your body show you. Again, you might see the place or hear it or feel it. It could be anywhere in your body. See where your body tells you have a little astral energy stuck in there, a little possessive energy that just wants to repeat itself and repeat itself. Go back to the drink, go back to the mind-altering energy. That's what it's doing. That's why it's possessive. So just, where is it in your body? The body holds everything. Now bring your conscious awareness to that place in your body. And just imagine that you could kind of prick it so that you could see the energy or feel the energy of that possessive energy that is there. As a residue, even. But it's there. So that you can just observe it. And now ask your body what color it needs, since everything is made of light. What color will dissolve this residue, will dissolve this energy that doesn't really bring you to your true self or back to your source. And see what color comes to you. And now, as we did before, reach up into the cosmos and pull down exactly that color and draw it directly into that place in your body that's holding it, so that it's coming from higher frequencies and it's bringing that frequency, that color, into that place in your body that's holding the residue. And just command that frequency of light to begin to absorb the possessive energy and release it so that it is thrown back into the unmanifest. And just imagine that the color is absorbing all that possessive energy, and then it is just dissolving it back into the unmanifest, not to you. There you go. And open your eyes. That's what you want to do. You want to be you. Allison?
The second question is, Chris Griscom, thank you for your calm approach to wisdom, and I hope you can help me. I'm from the Deep South Bible Belt, and I feel guilty all the time about everything. And it's not just me, it's generational and cultural where I live. It's like we all have an internal combustion engine that is about to explode at any minute. Do you think humanity has been manipulated into feeling guilty by authorities of all walks of life, not just religions, so we're easier to control?
So that what?
We're easier to control?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That is something that harkens back to the beginning of the first tribes, where there was that necessity for cohesion. Each one had their place. Each one had their part. They didn't share those parts. You didn't have two heads of the community. So it started even before shamans created the first religions. And in that, again, there had to be that way to make sure that people did what you wanted them to do, what the authority wanted them to do. And very quickly, they realized that if you could make them feel ashamed, embarrassed, all of that negative self-observing energy, guilty. Shame and guilt dance together. When they feel guilty as if it's all their fault, they are unworthy of God, unworthy of whatever. And we certainly see that today. Children today, people grow up, and people who come to the Light Institute, it's one of the things I hear the most. I feel that I'm unworthy. How can you think that? You were powerful enough to get into body and come here to give your gift to this world. You are worthy of all of it. And so, yes, that has been something that's been instilled and is continuing to be instilled. And in the past, they really used a lot of guilt connected to pain, torture, violence. And what are we seeing in our world right now? Threats. If you don't do what I want, I will make your life miserable. I will hurt you. Whether that's emotionally, spiritually, psychically, physically, mentally, whatever it is. That is what is dangled in front to make you feel guilty enough to be afraid to not do what is told you to do. And a lot of what's told to you to do no longer belongs in a world that needs consciousness, needs love, needs oneness. So what we're going to do right now, again, is an exercise in consciousness where we want to move back to the fact that you have what we call at the Light Institute, psychogenetically inherited that guilt. Again, whether you were taught it from a religion or a school or your parents or wherever it's come from, from the very beginning of this life, people have been telling you, you do what I tell you to do or else. And so why do they do that? Because they need you to do what they need you to do for their own safety. Why do parents do it? Because their parents did it for them. That's why it's called psychogenetics. It's a genetic energy that's passed down generation to generation through every contact we have, conscious contact and unconscious contact with anything around us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our actual DNA. We can do this. And find that point where you have inherited. We're not even going to go into where it comes from right now. But if you come to the Light Institute sometime, you can find out about this. But we're going to find that point on your DNA, and we're going to use light, because light opens everything. It will bring it to the fore, it will enhance it, or it will dissolve it. And that's what we're going to do. Close your eyes. Ask your body where it holds that psychogenetic inheritance of guilt and shame, and negativity and fear. Fear that you'll do something wrong and be blamed, and that you are guilty. Just imagine your DNA. You might think of it as that double helix, but it might look totally differently to you. All you have to do is find this spot. It might be a black spot or a hole, a shadow or a web. Just ask your body to take you right to that. It's not in the body, in a place in your body. It's in your genetic encoding. So just ask your body to show you the exact point where that guilt, that inherited guilt, sits in you. Do it now. And see how you perceive it. Is it a tear? Is it a shadow? Is it a hole? Find it. And now ask your higher self to show you the brightest, most radiant white light, and laser that white light right into that hole, and allow the power of light, white light, to grab hold of that, all of that inherited sense of guilt, all that has come to you from your father, your mothers, all your religions, all your teachings, all your other many incarnations of the soul, your other lifetimes, all of the imprints that you have taken in that say, you are guilty, be careful. Do what we say. Finding that point, lasering the white light in there, absorbing all of that, and dissolving it in the white light until there's nothing but that white light there. And whatever that was, whether it's a hole or a tear or a shadow, it's gone. So laser the white light in there until it's gone. It doesn't take long. It's like that. Speed of light. And now command the trillions of cells of your body to record that shift in your genetic encoding, that is gone, that you are not guilty. You need not be afraid. You need not be small. You need not hide. That you can be you. So feel that new vibration is becoming activated in the trillions of cells of your body, in the mind of the cell. Feel it now. And breathe deeply and open your eyes. Guilt takes you nowhere. You don't need it. You can choose for yourself. Oops, maybe I made a mistake. I can fix that. You can fix it. You don't need to beat your breast or have anybody else beat your breast for you. Allison?
The last question is there such a thing as spirit animals that walk with us? I think I saw one last night. It was so real and alive, but it was like looking at an animal made of pure light. It would be wonderful to hear what you think about this subject. Also, Chris, I appreciate so very much what you're doing to help our planet.
Thank you. Well, the two aspects of that. Native Americans have always said that you can look at each animal and see its spirit, and then you can borrow that spirit. You can belong to it. You can harmonize with it so that the qualities of that animal And they would say the eagle, the turtle, the bear, whatever animals. They have them for all the animals. And they have clans, which mean that you might be born into that clan of the eagle, for example. And that will give you qualities of seeing above, qualities of freedom, qualities of being able to do many things. Each animal has qualities of spirit. So they would claim it in that way and see it as a part of themselves. But what you're talking about is something that I want to mention that's a little bit different. And that contains that energy of synergy. You thought you saw that animal because that animal chose you. It came to you. You could see an animal spirit of many kinds of animals. A deer, a bear, a bird, a squirrel, many kinds of animals. And you know, just as you said, you know that they're a spirit animal because they will behave differently. Usually what they will do is suddenly you're driving in a car or you're walking along and you feel a presence and then there they are. They're just there in front of you. And you feel that luminescence. Whether you actually see that in them, but you feel it. There's an energy where it's a solid, stable, centered energy, and they're looking right at you, or they're just right there. A normal deer or a bird or something, it would move away right away, but there's a second there where it is connecting to you in a language. It's the language of spirit. And it's offering you support. It's saying, you are not alone. You have a gift, and I show it to you through my own presence, through my own qualities. And so I think it's something that you can hold dear to your heart, that you had that. You did. Don't doubt it. But feel inside yourself the gift of being connected to the spirit of something that is beyond our understanding, but which exists and is true. Modern people think of that only as angels, but natural and traditional societies who live more in harmony with nature have always seen and connected and honored and supported that recognition that we are a part of the spirit world and that everything that moves and lives has qualities, it has energies, and it has power. And it's really says something wonderful about you that you had that experience. And may it happen to you again and again. Maybe with the same animal, maybe with difference. But you can even call it, when you walk in nature, just say, I love you, I connect to all of you, and my spirit joins you. And you will have a magical sense of who you are and your life's purpose and how you belong in your life. Great love to each and all of you.